Your attitude is either your power or your prison. The question is, which one is yours? They laughed at me, said I'd never make it, that I wasn't smart enough, strong enough, or lucky enough. And you know what? For a long time, I believed them. I let their voices become my reality. I let their doubt shape my future. Every failure, every rejection, it buried me deeper under the weight of their words. But what they didn't know was that one thing still lived inside me. Something they couldn't see. Something they underestimated. Attitude. Because what if I told you, success has never been about being the most talented. It's never been about having the most money, the perfect timing, or the luckiest break. No. It's about how you show up when the world knocks you flat. It's about the fire in your chest when everything around you tells you to give up. It's about your attitude when life breaks you. So let me ask you, when life hit you hardest, what did you do? Because your answer to that question might just define everything. Let's be honest. Most people aren't failing because they're not smart enough. They're not losing because they lack talent or because they don't have the resources. No. Most people lose the battle long before the world ever gets a chance to defeat them. They lose inside their own heads. They lose because of attitude. Think about it. You've seen it. Maybe you've lived it. Someone starts with all the passion in the world. They set goals. They dream big. But the moment things get uncomfortable, the first failure, the first rejection, the first taste of resistance, they shrink. They stop believing. They stop trying. And it's not because they can't. It's because their mindset told them it was already over. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly. When things get hard, do you shrink? Or do you stand up and say, bring it on? Because that moment, right there, that's when winners are made. That's when your attitude either becomes your armor or your excuse. You see, your attitude is your secret weapon. It's the one thing you control in every situation. You don't control the economy. You don't control how people treat you. You don't control the storms that show up in your life without warning. But you do control how you show up. You control your response. And that is where the war is won. It's not about pretending everything is okay. It's not about fake positivity. It's about deciding that no matter what comes your way, you're going to show up like a warrior. It's about choosing power over pity, grit over quitting, growth over comfort. It's about looking life in the face and saying, you may knock me down, but you will never keep me down. The world is full of people who had less than you, and still made it. People who were told no 100 times, who had every reason to give up, but didn't. Why? Because they had the right attitude. They didn't let the pain break them. They let it build them. So here's the truth. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. And if you can learn to respond with fire in your eyes and fight in your soul, then there's nothing that can stop you. Attitude is the difference between those who dream and those who do. He was the fastest runner in his school, the kind who made records seem like suggestions. Coaches whispered his name like a promise. Scouts watched him with notebooks open and pens ready. He had talent, no doubt. But he had something else too, arrogance. He walked like the world owed him victories, like the universe was lucky just to witness his greatness. Humility? He didn't know the word. Discipline? Only when it was convenient. His attitude made him untouchable in his own eyes, until life reminded him how quickly everything can vanish. It happened on a rainy afternoon during practice. He pushed too hard, ignored the pain, and his knees snapped like a twig. The silence that followed was louder than the cheers he used to hear. One moment he was flying, the next he was on the ground, screaming. The injury was serious. Surgery, recovery, uncertainty. Doctors said he might run again, but never the same. And just like that, the Golden Boy's future turned to dust. The months that followed were darker than any race he'd lost. He was bitter, angry, blamed everyone, his coaches, his luck, even God. He'd stare at old trophies like they were mocking him. His friends moved on. The world didn't wait. And he? He sank deeper. He wasn't just physically broken. He was mentally defeated. Every day he told himself, "It's over." And it was, until someone changed everything with just one line. His mentor, an old coach he hadn't spoken to in years, came to visit, looked him straight in the eyes and said, "It's not your body that's broken. It's your attitude." The words hit like lightning. He wanted to argue, deny, deflect, but deep down he knew. The injury didn't destroy him. His own mindset did. That night, he stared in the mirror for hours. Not at his scar, not at his crutches, but at the fire in his eyes that had long gone out. He realized he had a choice. He could keep drowning in self-pity, or he could rise, differently, not as a runner, but as a fighter. He started showing up again, not on the track, but in the gym. He learned rehab like it was a science. He studied coaching, learned biomechanics, took courses, mentored kids. Slowly, his pain became his purpose. He stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "What now?" His ego melted, replaced by hunger. He began coaching the very sport he once dominated. And with each young athlete he trained, a part of him healed. Years later, one of his trainees broke the same record he once held. Reporters rushed to him, asking how it felt. He smiled and said, "I didn't lose my dream. I just discovered a better one." He never ran professionally again. But he became something more powerful, a builder of champions. He turned his fall into a foundation. His comeback wasn't about the spotlight. It was about impact. The lesson? Asterisk, your dreams may change. Life may reroute you. But your attitude decides whether you rise or rot. You can let pain break you, or you can let it shape you. And sometimes, losing what you thought was everything is exactly what you need to discover what really matters. Because in the end, he wasn't broken. He was reborn. You think you're stuck? No. You're just trapped in your own mindset. That voice in your head telling you, "You can't, you're not good enough, you'll never make it." That's not the truth. That's the prison you built for yourself, brick by brick, out of fear, doubt, and the opinions of others. But here's the truth that breaks those walls down. Your attitude is the key. You are not helpless. You are not broken. You're powerful. You just forgot. You see, it's not the world that stops most people. It's what's going on inside. The world throws challenges, yes, but it's your reaction that defines your reality. So right now, right here, I want you to say something with me. Not just whisper it. Not just repeat it. I want you to believe it. Say it with me. My attitude is my weapon. I control how I show up. Again. My attitude is my weapon. I control how I show up. Because that's the truth. Your attitude is the fire they can't put out. It's the armor they can't penetrate. It's the one thing no one, not your past, not your critics, not your failures, can ever take away from you. But here's the catch. If you don't choose your attitude, the world will choose it for you. And it'll pick fear. It'll pick weakness. It'll pick surrender. So you've got to decide, what kind of fighter are you? When life punches you in the face, what do you do? Do you cry? Do you blame? Do you crawl into a hole and hope it all just goes away? Or do you smile, stand up, and punch back harder? Because here's something they won't teach you in school. Pressure creates diamonds. Pain builds muscle. Failure grows wisdom. And storms? Storms don't come to destroy you. They come to reveal who you really are. So if you're feeling crushed, good. You're almost there. That's not the end. That's the transformation. That's your cocoon cracking open so the wings can finally break free. But only if you let it. Only if you stop saying, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" You're not stuck. You're scared. You're not broken. You're bruised. And bruises heal. But regret? Regret is a poison that eats you forever. So shift your mind. Right now. Stop seeing obstacles as walls and start seeing them as weights. Something to lift. Something to grow through. Stop asking for easy. Ask for strength. Stop chasing comfort. Chase character. Because the truth is brutal and beautiful. Life will not wait for your permission to get hard. But you don't need life's permission to get stronger. Attitude isn't a mood, it's a decision. A daily, hourly, minute-by-minute decision. To rise. To fight. To believe. To show up like it's already done. That's the shift. That's the power. That's the spark that sets fire to everything holding you back. And once it lights up, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. Her name was Lisa. A single mother, barely scraping by, abandoned by the man she thought would be her partner for life. He left her with nothing but bills, broken promises, and a child who deserved more than she could provide. The weight of the world seemed to be crashing down on her shoulders. Everyone around her said the same thing. She's done. It's over. She'll never make it. But here's the thing about Lisa. She had a secret weapon that no one could see. It wasn't money. It wasn't luck. It wasn't connections. It was her attitude. Her belief that even in the darkest of hours, she could rise. When the world wrote her off, she looked at the kitchen table where she'd been sitting, doing her best to keep things together. And she made a decision. It wasn't about survival anymore. It was about fighting back. She took everything she knew, everything she had left, and started small. She started a little business, something simple, something from her kitchen. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't easy. But it was hers. And it was real. People laughed. They said, "What are you thinking? You're just one person. You have no experience. You have no help. You have nothing." But Lisa wasn't listening to them. She was listening to the voice inside her head that said, "You can. You will. You're stronger than this." And that was her turning point. It wasn't the money, the business plan, or the perfect timing. It was her unshakable mindset. It was her refusal to accept failure as the end of her story. Years passed, and that small business started to grow. Slowly at first, then faster. She kept pushing, kept believing, kept probing every single person who doubted her wrong. One by one, her competitors fell off, unable to keep up with her drive. And slowly, she began building something she never dreamed possible, a real, thriving empire. Now, looking at her success, It's clear. They took everything from her. But they couldn't take her mindset. They couldn't take her belief that failure wasn't an option, that quitting was never a choice. And because of that, she won. Today, Lisa doesn't just run a business. She's built an empire from nothing. From a kitchen table to millions of dollars in revenue. From hopelessness to impact. And she did it all with one thing, her attitude. And here's the most powerful thing of all. If she can rise from the ashes, what's stopping you? Life is always going to throw you curveballs. People are always going to doubt you. But your attitude is the one thing that no one can take away from you. It's the one thing that can turn every setback into a setup for a comeback. So ask yourself, what's your excuse? What's holding you back? Because if Lisa can build an empire with nothing but her attitude, you can conquer anything that stands in your way. Enough with the excuses. It's time to stop talking about what you're going to do and start doing it. You see, attitude isn't just something you talk about. It's something you live. It's what you do when no one is watching, when the doors are closed, and the world isn't looking at you. It's the moment you choose to get up and keep fighting, even when everything in you says to stay down. Think about it. Every day, you have the choice to change your mindset. To choose not to be a victim of circumstances, but to rise above them. But here's the catch. You can't wait for the perfect moment. You can't sit around and wait for life to hand you a win. You need to fight for it. And it starts with one simple action. Change how you think. The moment you start taking control of your thoughts, you start taking control of your life. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about creating it. It's about waking up every single day and deciding that today is the day you will step into your greatness. You want to build your empire? Start by taking control of your mind. You want to succeed? Begin with one thought that fuels your fire and one action that proves it. Fear? Destroy it. Fear is nothing but a barrier that's only as strong as you let it be. The moment you stop letting fear control you is the moment you reclaim your power. Laziness? Crush it. Laziness isn't just about being tired. It's about being complacent. It's about being okay with where you are instead of pushing for where you could be. Don't settle. Push yourself. Even when it feels hard. Even when it feels like you're not making progress. Progress is still progress. Weakness? Outgrow it. Weakness isn't just about physical strength. It's about your inner resilience. Your ability to stand tall even when life pushes you down. Your strength doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from surviving it. Every time you rise, you grow stronger. Every time you face hardship and choose not to quit, you become unstoppable. This isn't just about feeling inspired. Inspiration is fleeting. It's about action. It's about doing something with that fire you feel inside. Change your energy. Change your attitude. Don't just talk about who you want to be that person today. So here's your challenge. Get up. Fight back. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the stars to align. Your attitude is everything. It's your weapon, your shield, your greatest asset. But it's useless if you don't use it. Stop making excuses. Start acting. Start now. Because if you don't, you're letting your dreams slip through your fingers. You are capable. You are powerful. And now it's time to prove it. Do something. Don't let this moment pass you by. Start with your attitude. Take action and watch everything else follow. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need a guaranteed path or a blueprint that shows you exactly where to go. What you need is the right attitude, The kind that says, I can handle whatever comes my way. The kind that never backs down, even when the world is pushing against you. That's what will get you through the darkest of times. Next time life hits you, don't shrink back. Don't fall into doubt. Don't question your worth or your abilities. Instead, smile. Stand tall. Look life in the face and say, that's all you got? Because in that moment, when everything seems impossible, it's your attitude that will carry you through. It's the decision to rise that will make all the difference. And here's the truth, attitude is everything. It's not just how you look at the world, it's how you decide to fight in it. It's about the strength you carry when you step into battle with life, and how you choose to win, even when the odds are against you. So, I challenge you today, take control. Choose your attitude, no matter what life throws at you. When you change your mindset, you change everything. You have the power. You have the choice. Now go out and show the world what your attitude can do. Because you are unstoppable. And this is just the beginning.